Hello and welcome to this week's edition of This Week at Endicott. I'm Ray Newcomb.
And I'm Macy Ross.
On Wednesday at 7 p.m., there will be auditions for the Spring Musical taking place in Tia's Theater in the VPAC. Also at 7, Academic Resources presents the all-night write/math madness. Worried about completing those final writing assignments? Feeling anxious about preparing for finals in your math class? Well, you're in luck. The Endicott College Writing Center and Tutoring Center are teaming up for a one-night-only tutoring extravaganza. Stop by the second floor of the library, no appointment needed. Pizza and coffee will be served. At 10 p.m., join the CAB Gullibration for late-night pancakes and jazz ensemble performance in the VPAC lobby.
On Thursday, celebrate Philanthropy Thursday and support EC's First by Students for Students Scholarship Initiative with special SOAR giveaways for donors. Visit the table outside Callahan Dining during lunchtime. At 6 p.m., the CAB Gullibration continues with the gingerbread house making contest in Lower Callahan.
Also on Thursday at 6:30, experience service with a twist and enjoy light refreshments while getting some holiday shopping done at Beverly Bootstraps. A shuttle from Public Safety leaves every 15 to 20 minutes beginning at 6:15 p.m. At 7 p.m., Echo performs in the lodge where you can enjoy free mozzarella sticks and chicken fingers. And at 9 p.m., there's more CAB Gullibration with the Winter 20 Wonderland in Lower Callahan. Wear your best ugly sweater and celebrate the holiday season with special sangria and holiday treats. Please remember, it's 21 plus only.
On Friday at 5:30, it's the CAB Gullibration Winter Carnival. Come to Lower Callahan and enjoy the fun with Build-A-Bear, winter crafts, lots of food, and a photo booth, and much, much more. Then at 8:30, take part in a feel-good Friday event with a free craft paint charity night sponsored by the Community Service Office. Create a keepsake for yourself or give as a gift. To register, visit www.volunteersignup.org.
On Saturday at 2 p.m., the Repertory Dance Ensemble presents Move, featuring choreography by the Endicott Dance faculty. It takes place in the Rose Performance Hall in the VPAC with cheese and cracker reception afterward.
On Sunday, get into the seasonal spirit as CAB presents the Polar Express movie along with a hot chocolate bar at 6 p.m. in Lower Callahan.
Enjoy outdoor adventure, but not so much in the wintertime. The Outdoor Adventure Club is planning a trip to the Gordon College Rock Gym on Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Transportation will be provided. Email endicottae@gmail.com to find out more.
Now let's take it to Shake My Head News with Riley and Lexi.
Hi, and welcome back to Shake My Head News, where we give you the most ridiculous stories from the week. I'm Riley Fitzgibbons.
And I'm Lexi Lozano. To begin this week's escapades, a Florida woman who became lost during a half-marathon trail run was found past nightfall after wandering around a 25,000-acre park for nearly 12 hours. Reports say the woman was in good spirits after being found Sunday evening. She said she made a wrong turn more than 3 miles into the 13.1-mile run. Race director Terry Rouliard said he had no idea the woman was found on the trail until her husband called late Sunday afternoon, hours after the run finished. The local sheriff began searching soon after the woman said her cell phone froze before the race, but she never really worried because she knew her family would come looking for her. She plans to run the Saratoga Half Marathon in March and finish. Let's be sure to keep a close eye on her this time.
Why does weird stuff always happen in Florida? A man in Florida was so annoyed with his friend that he dropped to the floor and started playing dead. Christopher Bladis told officers that he was sleeping when his friend Marcus stopped by and asked for a ride. After Bladis refused to help, Marcus became hostile and started yelling at Bladis. Instead of helping his friend out, he dropped to the floor playing possum, hoping that his unwanted visitor would leave. Marcus splashed Bladis with water to try to wake him up, but he got up and faked an asthma attack, again hoping that Marcus would leave. Marcus gave the victim an inhaler before driving off in the vehicle that did belong to Bladis. When questioned by police, Bladis said he was too emotional to give a statement. Poor Christopher.
A sleeping boyfriend was giving the cruelest of wake-up calls by his girlfriend, who laid fireworks all over his bed and lit them. Unsurprisingly, the moronic prank, filmed and posted online, made him leap out of bed and run for safety, shielding his eyes in terror as the line of firecrackers exploded around him. The clip ends with the boyfriend curled up on the floor, complaining that his eardrum popped out, and his partner asks if he's all right. They say love is blind, but unfortunately for this guy, love left him nearly blind.
Everyone likes a video of their friends after they get their wisdom teeth out, but this girl took it to a whole new level. Abby Jo Hamill, under the influence of hydrocodone, sent her teaching assistant an email about a deadline which didn't even exist. The email read, Please, sir, I worked very hard and thought I would be able to finish it on time, but my doctor said I will most likely not be normal again until at least Thanksgiving turkey. After the message, which was spelled almost entirely incorrectly, she signed off saying, "Thank you, Kevin, my dude." Well, thank you, Abby Jo, for providing us some weekly entertainment.
That's all the buffoonery we have for you this week. Thanks for watching.
And thanks for being foolish. Back to the desk.
Now, to serve as our guide around the wide world of EC sports, here's Matt Pritchard. Take it away, Matt.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of EC Sports. For EC TV, I'm Matt Pritchard. CCC Goaltender of the Week Kevin Aldridge led the Endicott men's ice hockey team to 2 shutouts this past week, while CCC Rookie of the Week Brendan Shane led the Gulls with a program single-game record 3 assists to an 11-0 win over Curry. He also added another assist in the 5-0 win against Western New England. The team will return to the ice at home for their last game in December, Saturday versus Salem State. Go figure, it's another week and another couple of wins for the women's ice hockey team as they remain undefeated on the season. CHC Rookie of the Week Jillian Gibbs scored a career-high 2 goals in the team's 4-0 win over St. Michael's. Gibbs went on to add 2 assists to her week's total in a 4-1 win over William Smith the next day. Vanilla Johnson earned co-goaltender of the week honors for her 31-save performance against William Smith. The Lady Gulls will be back at it Friday at home versus Wesleyan and at home Saturday versus Nichols for their last game of December. Moving things over to the basketball court, the men's basketball team moved up to 20th in the national rankings. They went 2-0 on the week as they walked all over Curry before getting a 4-point win over Eastern Nazarene. They'll be back this week at home as they host Salem State on Thursday and Bridgewater State on Saturday. The women's side had a very similar week as they topped Curry by 1 point before walking all over Eastern Nazarene 71-38. For her efforts, Hannah Shaw was named CCC Player of the Week, and she'll look to lead the team on Thursday as they play number 14 Bowdoin. They'll go back on the road Saturday with a trip over the bridge to Salem State. And that'll do it for EC Sports. For EC TV, I'm Matt Pritchard. Best of luck to all sports teams this week.
It's a crazy world we live in, and Chessie's going to tell us all about it. Take it away, Chessie.
Hello everyone, this is World News and I'm Jessica. A cleaner who was ridiculed online for a photograph of him looking wistfully at expensive jewelry has been showered with gifts by strangers. Nazir al-Islam Abdul Karim is a 65-year-old from Bangladesh who works as a cleaner in Saudi Arabia. An online troll posted an image of him staring through the window of a luxury jeweler's with the cruel caption, "This man only deserves to look at rubbish." Following the mean-spirited Instagram post, there was an outpouring of support for Karim, who has since received gifts including rice, honey, gold jewelry, and an iPhone. Abdullah Al-Kwanti, who runs his Twitter account to promote humanitarianism, started searching for the cleaner, asking his followers to help. Al-Kwanti's post was retweeted more than 6,500 times, and people who recognized the area figured out the location using the reflection in the jewelry shop window. Karim said he didn't realize the photo was being taken at the time. So many well-wishers have donated goods to Karim, and Al-Kwanti is still in the process of sending them. A restaurant reportedly owned by Muslims wants to ensure no one needs a loan on Christmas Day and is offering free meals to elderly and the homeless. Shish in Sitcom London will open their doors between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. on December to serve 3-course meals for free. Dinners will be served a Turkish meal including chicken shish or vegetarian casserole and rice pudding. The move has been highly praised, with some local residents promising to dine in the restaurant to help them finance the free service. Why would you settle for a scented candle that smells like vanilla or sandalwood when you could have the aroma of KFC chicken? KFC New Zealand has just launched a limited edition scented candle to fill your home with the smell of that blended of 11 delicious herbs and spices. To win, the post on the brand's Facebook page asks fans to suggest KFC merchandise they'd like to see created. Since it was shared on Friday, the post has received thousands of likes and 15,000 comments. One of the best ideas so far is KFC-flavored lip balms, particularly in Zinger Burger or popcorn chicken flavor. A mother whose teenage son died on family holiday has been able to hear his heartbeat 10 years later in the chest of the man it was donated to. Julie Baston and ex-husband Bob made the difficult decision to donate son Craig's organs when he died suddenly on a trip to Bodrum in Turkey. Last week, a decade on, she met Tayfun Adram at her home in England, whose life Craig saved. She said, until Tayfun came over from Turkey, he was just a picture and a name, but now everything changed. I couldn't have had my son back, but I saved someone else's son, and since I met him, I have no doubt I made the right decision. Tayfun, who now works as an accountant, has a tattoo to mark the day Craig died and new date of birth. An 89-year-old army veteran who made national headlines in Britain with a newspaper advertisement seeking work has started his new job. The Cantina Kitchen and Bar in the seaside town of southwestern England announced on its Facebook page that Joe Bartley was starting work Sunday. The widower, whose wife died 2 years ago, placed the advertisement because he was dying of boredom. He says his building has a community area, but not a soul comes in. And when he returns home, there's nobody to talk to. The local cafe made him an offer, and the Herald Express newspaper posted a video of Bartley walking in to applause. Bartley said he was overwhelmed by all the attention and was looking forward to getting down to the job. That's all for this week. Now back to the desk.
Last week, 2017 Nieman Foundation Fellow Robert Sosha, who is currently in residence at Harvard University, visited the Endicott campus and spoke to a number of communication classes. Mr. Sosha is the deputy executive producer for 2 television programs at TVN, the leading broadcaster in Poland. And ECTV's own Brooke O'Leary sat down with him for an interview. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Brooke O'Leary, and joining me today is Robert Socha. A 2017 Nieman Foundation Fellow, Mr. Socha is currently in residence at Harvard University. He is the deputy executive producer for 2 television programs at TVN, the leading broadcaster in Poland. He has worked as an investigative reporter and created and produced dozens of TV documentaries on topics ranging from judicial corruption and pharmaceutical lobbying to bribery. Mr. Socha also has a passion for the use of virtual reality in the journalistic storytelling process. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you.
So what brings you to the Endicott campus today?
I was just asked to come to meet students, and I'm happy with that because I'd like to hear from you what is important for you and how you can see the future of the industry.
Excellent. So I know you're a fellow at the Nieman Foundation. What do you hope to accomplish in your time there?
My research is about how I'm trying to figure out how broadcasters approach digital. Okay. This is my main research because I come from broadcast, but I'm looking for bridges between broadcast and digital. Broadcasters have not been disrupted so much by digital, but I think this is the direction we have to head on.
I know today, early this morning, you discussed the difference between heritage and digital. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that? You said culture was the main difference.
Yes, I think that those are 2 different mindsets. Okay. I mean, being digital and being heritage or legacy media, those are 2 different mindsets because the traditional media used to be so-called gatekeepers of the information years ago. People like 30, 40 years ago, people were waiting for the evening news to get to know what is going on, what is important in their country and in the world. Nowadays, there's no reason to wait till the evening because the news is available all the time online. And in digital, there's no such a thing like the audience because in digital, everybody wants to be treated separately. Everybody wants to have a two-way communication. Everybody wants to have a conversation. So digital is more about news personalization, about algorithms, about analyzing users' data, things like that. And in digital, story determines form. I mean, first we have to have a story, then we have to figure it out. What is the best way, what is the best technology to tell this particular story? In old media, there was always the same way. You may write an article, you may produce a TV news piece, or you may produce a TV documentary, for example.
So with this shift to personalization and I know you had to adjust to the social media aspect and getting used to that, how do you see this shaping the landscape of investigative reporting as the news information is being more consumed through social media as opposed to these traditional news outlets that you're used to?
There are two levels. From business level, from business point of view, it's getting harder because it's hard to find a reliable, sustainable business model for quality journalism, for investigative journalism. But on the contrary, from editorial point of view, it's huge opportunity because we have all these digital tools we may use for the benefit of investigations, especially when we are talking about data. More and more data is available for us, around us, and we as journalists have to be able to digest all the data, to work with this data. So we can analyze the data, we can visualize, and we can find stories in data. And I'm personally impressed by ProPublica and this kind of thinking, data journalism for the benefit of investigations. And it's also a great opportunity for cross-border cooperation, like one of the last cases, Panama Papers, for example.
Okay, so you mentioned the substantial business model, maintaining that as it was being a struggle. Do you have any ideas of how you propose to the industry to fix that problem?
I'd like to have a solution, but I think that nobody has a solution. We can talk about different models. When we are talking about quality journalism, I think it's going to be less and less about advertising, but it's going to be mostly about subscription, probably. Maybe it's going to be funded by sponsors, by foundations, and sometimes maybe it's going to be funded by media outlets which earn money in lifestyle, in entertainment, but they want to have a investigative team, investigative unit, just to get some prestige.
Excellent. So just to shift gears a little bit, I know you have a passion for virtual reality. How do you think the news industry will change, or how do you think this will play a role in news gathering and storytelling?
At this stage, it's difficult to say. Some people say that it's huge opportunity. Some people say it's a fad. I think it is a huge opportunity, but at this stage, it's quite a new medium, and it's really hard to figure out how it will be developing. But this kind of immersion, this kind of evocative experience is so strong that I'm sure that it would be a great tool for storytellers, for documentary producers.
Great. Well, it's great to hear your input. Thank you very much for sitting down and talking to me. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tuesday, the 13th, is the last day of classes for the fall semester.
Yes.
Wednesday is a scheduled reading day, and then finals begins. Good luck, girls.
That's all we have for this week at Endicott. Hit the books, girls.
We'll see you all next week.